Alright boys, welcome back to another video, and we got it today. We got patch 1.2.0. Listen, they said they weren't going to sneak it out close to the weekend, but they said, you know what? Haha, tricked you. Now, I'm just letting you know right now, I am sick, really sick, congested, you could probably hear it. But you know what's more sick than me? This patch. It has so much stuff in it, alright? So I usually do like a top 7 changes in the patch. I'm gonna do a top 10 for this one with a bonus little change for councils that I think is gonna be great for you guys. But listen, there is so much changes. I'm gonna do a longer video showing off all the changes. Also, I'm gonna do separate videos for all the major kind of new features added to Bannerlord. So in the next coming days, you're going to see a lot of Bannerlord content from my channel. All right, a ton. Okay, very excited. But from right now, let's do it. Top 10 changes of patch 1.2.0. Let's get to it. By the way, these are not in any type of order. They are just top 10, okay? So first one, they added 6 new battle terrains. So battle terrains are pretty much battle maps whenever you get into a battle on the campaign map. Depending on what region you're in, as you can see on the map that I'm showing you right now on the screen, you will get a custom battle terrain that matches the campaign map. So if there's a bridge on the campaign map, there's going to be a bridge in your battle. And so far on. But right now we see a lot of them are the southern. They're getting a lot more love than the northern maps. I don't know exactly how much of them are finished, but I know there's a huge chunk already on there. So it's not like we only have these unlocked, but I think they still probably have like half of this map to go in terms of tiles. But we have 6 new ones, 1 west of Revyl, 1 southeast of Quyaz, 3 terrains northeast of Razih, and 1 around the town of Odohk. Second, they added a total of 4 new bandit hideout scenes for the desert, forest, seaside, and mountain environments. So each one got some love, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to be going through all of them, and I'm going to make a video showing pretty much all, I think, total of 8 that we have right now. So stay tuned for that. But they did add 4 new bandit scene hideouts, which makes it a little bit more fun, makes it a little bit more better to explore. I just hope in the future they make it, they make us able to explore it without having to actually fight anybody, so we can actually see all the intricate details, because hideouts are pretty detailed. Third, they have a weather and weather effects system has been introduced. I did talk about this. The devs did talk about this. I was wondering what patch it was going to come in, and it came in this patch. So let's read about it. So now both rain and snow can now appear on the campaign map as well as in missions, depending on the season and the specific region. Consequently, the grounds become wet or snowy and stay that way for a period even after the precipitation is gone. So there is a little cooldown. Now, campaign map effects. So this is the effects that you get whenever you're running through the campaign map. So wet/snowy regions and grounds decrease mounted infantry and cavalry speed bonus components of party speed by 30%. So you will be slowed down. And then wet and snowy grounds double the siege preparation time. So if you try to siege during this time, it's going to be a problem for you. And now for the mission effects, which is whenever you're actually inside of a battle or a siege and actually fighting, wet and snowy grounds decrease the max speed of mounts and mount acceleration by 15%. Again, cavalry decrease. And then active raining or snowing decreases the projectile speed of arrows and bolts by 20%, causing reduced damage and accuracy. This is actually one of the biggest buffs that Sturgia has ever seen in their life. I'm just letting you know right now. So from now on, the weather actually has quite a big effect on cavalry mostly. Literally mostly cavalry and siege. So this is great for if you have a smaller kingdom, because when a bigger kingdom attacks, if they attack where it's snowy, where it's, a mix of snow and rain, all of a sudden, if they have a lot of high-level cavalry and you have a high level of infantry, you can turn the tides of battle, which is very, very good. It adds a lot of strategy to the game. And I did talk about something of this for a very long time. I'm not saying they added it because of me, but I'm very, very excited for the new gameplay that's going to come from this. Fourth, they introduced formation targeting. The system allows players to target specific enemy formations with one or all of the allied formations. Targeting is done by using the charge or engage orders. Simply look at the enemy formations, seagull or like the icon above them, as you give the either order. Your troops will always prefer to attack the marked enemy over others under a target order as long as they can reach it, okay? To disable a target order, you can issue an attack or movement order. That includes charge or engage. And if you don't look at the enemy formation, okay, so it's very easy. If you just stop looking at them and then just do a regular charge, and they're going to get off of that target. Okay. The order UI indicates the current targets by your formations. The feature is only available in single player, but we intend to explore it for multiplayer as well in the future. There you go. So multiplayer, boys, prayers up. But very good. Again, something we talked about. You know, you want your horses to attack the enemy archers and so forth, just to pretty much get the best counters for your enemies. Very good change. Fifth, they reworked the auto battle calculation system. So this is the system whenever you get into a battle, instead of actually attacking, you just press send troops, and then an auto battle calculation occurs, okay? So now, here's the changes. Mission and terrain types now provide bonuses or penalties for attackers and defenders. So this is very great. So this is also in addition to the weather system, which also makes the weather affect it, and now also the terrain affects the battles. So I'm going to be honest with you, there's going to be a lot more strategy that comes into the battles now, instead of just, you know, getting into battles and just like, it's going to be the same outcome every single time. Now there will be drastic penalties if you do not know your counters, okay? So now, for example, an attacking horse archer on flat terrain now has a large bonus, but if you throw him in the forest, that converts it into a large penalty, okay? Defending archers do great in the siege, while attacking ones receive a penalty, and so on. Perks of the army / party leader that have a captain effect now also give a bonus to all the troops under their command. A tier is determined for each of these perks and for those that are counted together. Tier 1 through 3 gives a bonus of 1%, Tier 4 through 6 give a bonus of 2%, and Tier 7 through 8 give a bonus of 3%, and then so far and so far on. Now, this is actually very cool. I'm going to show the little printout that they did on, or little screenshot that they did of the attacker and defender bonuses for the different types of terrains. And it's looking significant. I see a lot of -30s for horse archers. This will, you know, you will have to really be careful with your cavalry after this patch. The weather system affects your cavalry significantly, and also this affects your cavalry significantly. So now you have to really pick your battles exactly where you want them to be, because if you do it in the wrong location, even though you have an advantage, you can really lose a lot of troops or even lose the battle. 6, they added fog of war improvements. Finally, they've heard our prayers. Listen, all you have to do is ask the tavern keeper to learn more about a clan that owns a settlement, and this will automatically unlock all the clan member information in the encyclopedia for a fee. Inquiring about the companion reveals their details as well. And also, receiving a marriage proposal from another clan or asking a lord about eligible bachelors also unlocks information about these characters inside the encyclopedia. So now, whatever you're looking for, whether it's a clan, whether it's a companion, or someone that you're going to marry, you now have a way to do it without actually traveling to every single corner of the map and unlocking them by, you know, actually visiting the town or catching them while they're, you know, out strolling around. Now you can do it from various different places. So now it's a lot easier to actually do it. It does incur a fee, but this is a huge improvement from what we had. 7th, we have some companion / wanderer changes. Okay, so they balanced the variety of wanderer types by adding small amounts of non-combat skills to one-dimensional wanderers, or by changing the overused types like scouting. So like I made the companion video, I want to say about a week ago. I'm going to link it down below. I told you companions are very, very random, and now they've made them even more random. So like I said, every single world that you have, even though they might have the same last name or the same surname, they still can be extremely randomized, and now they're adding even more random effects to companions. So really, there's really no best this, best that. You really have to just go through your list that you have in your game. Also, they reworked combat skills of some wanderer types that had multiple high redundant combat skills. This lowers their levels, making it easier to develop your companions as desired. So companions are going to come lower skilled now, so you can build them up a little bit better. I think pretty good change. 8th, we have the Fiefless Kingdom Destruction. Oh my goodness. I better not hear anybody on the forums complain anymore. This was one of the biggest complaints pretty much year after year after year since the game has been released, okay? So kingdoms that lose all of their fiefs no longer linger around. Instead, they get destroyed. No longer do you have to chop everyone's head off. Now you can destroy a kingdom and they will not keep bothering you if they literally have no fiefs. So the kingdom's clans become independent after they lose all their fiefs. inheriting its diplomatic stances and relations. Over time, they can join available kingdoms or wither away if they fail to do so for more than 4 weeks. So there's a little cooldown, but if they have no fiefs, after that cooldown ends, they are becoming independent and they are joining other kingdoms and getting swallowed by another kingdom. Makes sense. Perfect. Players can still persuade or kill enemy lords to the same end. However, they are no longer forced to choose between that. Vying for peace or having to fend off for an endless stream of attacks by an essentially defeated opponent. Oh my goodness, what a change. Great change. People are going to love this change. Very good. But now that we have a way to destroy kingdoms, you know, and the way for the AI to actually destroy kingdoms as well, because the AI can team up on somebody and destroy the kingdom. Now, Bannerlord, it's time, and now the Tail Worlds, it's time. We need a way for AI to create their own kingdom as well. So now that we have destruction of kingdoms, let's have implementation of kingdoms, like in the middle of the, you know, the game or something like that. That would be very cool to see. Ninth, we have a very, very cool economic change. We have warehouses now. So this feature expands upon the existing workshop mechanics and seeks to provide you with a new trade gameplay loop. New gameplay. The ability to provide owned workshops with raw resources, as well as the ability to collect processed goods from them. So you can now directly interact with workshops and affect how well they work by providing them with more resources. And you could also collect the processed goods for yourself and sell them somewhere else for higher instead of whatever the workshop prices will be. Now, warehouses are storage units with limited stock capacity where you can stock any item. They're accessible through the town menu. So this is also kind of like a stash for you as well if you don't own a fief. Because when you own a fief, you have like a little stash spot inside that fief. But now you have another one when you don't actually own a fief, but you own a workshop. Which makes workshops a little bit more valuable now, if you think about it. Very cool. They're accessible through the town menu. Warehouse management can be done through the clan screen under the Others tab. Here you can determine whether a workshop should use the inputs you manually provided and how many inputs it should store or sell directly on the market. Very cool, more control, makes the workshops a little bit more dynamic, and you have to do a little bit more thinking instead of just buying the workshop and forgetting about it. Good change. Now, 10th and last, I'm going to also do the bonus for council players. They added 3 new quests. Village needs crafting materials. That's going to do kind of with the workshops. Special weapon order, and smugglers. Also, dozens of quests, including the main quest, have been reworked, and a lot of bug fixes, a lot of crash fixes, a lot of good fixes for quests in general. And lastly, like I said, for council players, the birth and aging option, which is the option which makes it so you can continuously, you know, AI lords are going to die in battle, they're going to be born, and just overall the world will keep going, and eventually if you play long enough, none of the lords that you started out with will actually be there, including your main character, because so many years has passed and so many heirs have taken over. So that option is now available on all councils. They've renamed it from what's it called, from birth and death to birth and aging, to better distinguish it from other options. Very cool, very nice. You guys can have a lot longer games now. I know there's crashes in there, but hopefully those got fixed as well, but I will check on those and make another update on that. But those are my top 10 with the bonus for council players. Like I said, there's so many videos that I'm about to make for Bannerlord because there's so much we have to talk about. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.